G'day guys, I'm Shannon Noll and I'm playing story time with Cool Accidents. 3 days before the Denny Ute muster, I was staying in a cabin with my family on the Aubrey Lake. I got up in the middle of the night to go to leave myself, and I turned around like that and then put my elbow straight through the window, and then I sort of fell into it as well. So I ended up, you can sort of see it there, I had like 50 stitches through that elbow and then another 15 on the top. I've actually got a picture of it on my phone. It wasn't a small one, that's for sure. For the next 2 days I was really worried because I wouldn't be able to bend my arm enough to get the mic up to my mouth. That would be too exertion like that. So sort of morphined up the whole of the first Denny Ute muster. So that's my Denny story. This is my brother's story. They were in a taxi with a guy in Sydney, and he was just really erratic all over the place, you know, in and out of traffic and all that sort of stuff. And my brother sort of went, he's there's something wrong with this guy. You know, it turned out he'd been all over the happy smoke all afternoon. So they ended up pulling up a driveway and hooking in, and then everyone had a good time on the way home. So they said, "You're not cops, are you?" And they went, "Boy, mate, we're from the bush, mate. You know, do we look like cops to you?" You know, and he went, "Nah, you're right," and they pulled into it. I was doing a pub gig one time in a pub in Forbes, and we used to sing Monkey Wrench from the Foo Fighters. Anyway, the very end of Monkey Wrench, I don't know if you've heard it, but it's all sort of, I think it's overdubbed because he takes a really big breath otherwise and sings this whole part all the way through without taking a breath. Seems like he doesn't take a breath anyway, so I said to myself, I can get it. So I went, you know, all in the moment. So I went, and you know how you hyperventilate when you blow a balloon up? It sort of did the same thing, so I went, and one last thing. I dead set fell back onto the drum kit and then onto the ground, and then I came to on the ground. I thought, what's the band stop for? And then I went, what am I doing on the ground? Everyone's going, "Oh, are you all right?" The funny part about that is I was talking to the Foo Fighters one time after the MTV Awards, and I told them their story, and they were going like, "Yeah, cool's that," you know. I passed out trying to sing one of their songs. So, crikey. I don't know who else borrowed something off or what the hell I've done when it comes to borrowing stuff, but apparently I must have a shed full of stuff somewhere that I've borrowed, whippersnippers and Harry Potter box sets and lawnmowers and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, I think it sort of started with the fish taco post. I didn't even know that at the time, but I'm thinking there's a riding camp here in Sydney, and there's a guy who comes over in the States, and his specialty is fish tacos, and I never made it on the Wednesday night to be a part of the big fish taco feast. So I cooked them at home one night, and I was really, really proud of them, you know. And I did this post here, check out the fish tacos, and didn't even think about it, eh? And then all the comments started coming back, "Yeah, but that's not the first fish taco, you had an Aussie," and all this sort of stuff. So, yeah, I sort of didn't realise. As soon as I read the first reply, I went, "What have I done?" And then that sort of kicked off this whole avalanche of really funny comments. So, here's to Facebook. I was actually at an after party. It was the Grammys in LA one night, and my manager, I had an American manager at the time, and he had a photographer or journo in the crowd because no one would have a clue I was over there, you know. Anyway, so I was just about to walk down, and the manager grabbed me and said, "Stop." I said, "Why?" And he goes, "You might want to let Beyoncé go in front of you." And I went, "Oh, okay." Anyway, then I'm just about to walk through, and he goes, "Oh, Shannon Noll!" And then this bloke goes, "Oh, Shannon!" So I was like that, and I bet they're all going like, "Who's the Shannon Noll again?" So no one knew who the hell I was. And I had a few people tell me, my brother told me I should go on the show, and a couple of friends said I should go on the show, but we didn't know where the auditions were. Anyway, I had to go down to Melbourne. So we got down there, and her sister was one who said, you know, she was another one that said you should go on the show. And I said, "Look, I don't know where the auditions are, you know." And she goes, "Oh, they're..." So she looked up the computer and said, "They're here next Saturday." And I was supposed to go home on the Monday before that. Anyway, because we were halfway early in the footy season back home, and we'd forfeited twice. And my grandfather played for the club, my dad played for the club, both of my brothers played for the club. It was a real proud history of the club, you know, and we'd forfeited twice, so we didn't have enough numbers. So if you forfeit 3 times, they kick you out of the comp. So the club has to fold, which is, you know, catastrophic for a small town. And anyway, so my brother was coaching, and I rang him up and I said, "Look," I said, "Mate, the auditions are down here next Saturday, but if I don't go home, we might forfeit, and then we're out of the comp, you know." And he said, look, don't worry about the footy, mate. He said, just stay there and go to auditions. So as it turned out, I stayed fielded for auditions, and and everything happened after that. But as it turned out, we needed 15 to field a team, and we only got 11. So if I'd have gone home, we'd only got 12, so we would forfeit anyway. Oh. So it was like this close to not going to the auditions, to go back and support the footy club, So that was pretty crazy.